It was a good win for us. We beat a shorthanded, West Illinois team. Their guard, Masner, was there. He was one of the best guards that I've seen in scouting so far this season. And that's a tough loss for them, having being out of the game. He was second in the nation last year in assists in the country. And so having him out, really hurt them at the lead guard spot. And I thought they still played with a lot of effort, a lot of energy. I think the stat sheet shows that. And it's a good lesson for our guys. We go into a game like that, our mindset, how we have to be for 40 minutes. I thought we were really hooked up defensively. I thought we were a little sloppy offensively at times, even though the assist didn't show it. We can clean that up, and we can get better. But, it's early in the season.
Like you said, they were short-handed, but I feel like the defense has really picked up since that first game.
It really has. We emphasized that, as you know, and I thought our guys have really gotten into a rhythm how we want to guard. And it's tough because, a lot of guys don't know our system and they're learning it, and there's a lot being thrown at them. But to their credit, they're trying to take it in. They're working hard, and they're going to continue to get better as the season progresses. So I was really happy with the overall effort defensively. To hold anybody to 37 points in any game is very difficult on a collegiate level. And so I give our guys a lot of credit for just being locked in for 40 minutes defensively.
What do you like about the way CJ has fit into this team so far?
Which CJ? I got multiple.
There
you go, right. Yeah, I think he's done a great job of fitting in. I mean, just imagine this. He comes to us the third week of August. And then he's not even with us, right, because he's still recovering from a knee injury. So he doesn't even really start practicing with us for another probably 6 weeks after he even gets here. And so to have that shorter, development time with us in our system, to be, voted pretty much one of our captains, says a lot about who he is as a person. I mean, he's a high character individual. And I think it shows. I think he pulls a lot of our guys together by him being so selfless. And in the roles that he's willing to accept and how he looks to contribute to the team, I think it becomes contagious. And so he's been a great leader for us, as well as, like I said, a terrific player.
Is that something that maybe you didn't know what to expect, his leadership? I mean, that seems like something that he does really well. Is that something you noticed right when he got here?
Yeah, I noticed it when he got here. I didn't know it before that. In recruiting, and we do our, we're kicking the tires and doing everything.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know that about him, that the type of leader he was, and I know how vocal he was, and I like guys to talk on the court, talk in the locker room, talk, sharing the things that we want to share, and he does that, innately he does it, and I don't have to tell him to do those things. It's kind of who he is, and so I think he's actually helped our leadership in that regard. He has a maturity about him.
Coach, you mentioned a little bit of sloppiness on offense. Looking at the turnover numbers, though, only having 8 on the night, big improvement in that spot. What was sloppy about the offense?
Well, I didn't think it flowed as well as I would like to see it flow. We weren't as efficient offensively as I'd like to see us be efficient. We didn't. Just looking at some of our numbers, and so we got to do a better job of moving the ball with a better flow to it. It's still a little bit choppy to me as it's being moved from one side of the court to another. And that's just us, again, understanding how to get open, understanding how to, run our sets with a little bit better execution and timing. Those are the things that I see that we got to improve. But the number of turnovers, no, we didn't really turn it over as much. We just didn't move the ball as fluidly as I would like to see it, and we didn't execute the timing of some of the things or got the ball. Like, for instance, we're posting up, a good example. We were posting up, all of a sudden we were posting up 15 feet from the basket. We're not designing any plays to post up 15 feet from the basket. We want our guys to be where they should be. And so but that's a good thing for us to learn. Like, we'll be able to show tape on that and look to improve on that as well. Because I'm never going to be satisfied. There's always room to improve. And I told our guys that, do you want a coach that's easily satisfied, or do you want a coach that keeps pushing you? I said, I'm built to continue to push. I'm not built to just be satisfied. And so we have to keep getting better.
Well, on that point, since the first game, what strides have you seen defensively from this team?
We've made huge strides defensively. I think that was the biggest emphasis, as you can imagine, after the first game. We have to get better in that area. And we have been defending very well, as I said before that, and close those scrimmages. So I was really somewhat surprised at that, that number, in that game. And like I said, shorthanded or not, that has nothing to do with how you defend. Defensively, we still have to be able to get out there and do the things that we ask. And so I was disappointed But to their credit, they turned it around. They started really locking in and focusing on things we want to do. And they've had better defensive performances because of that.
Is this more of what you saw in those close scrimmages?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is how we guarded, and so the last few games is how we were guarding those scrimmages. And this is what we have to get, we have to get that consistently, and if we can do that, then it gives yourself a chance to win and be competitive every night.
What have you like from Taylor Hendricks these first 3 games in his college career?
I think he's been terrific, for a freshman and fitting into a veteran squad. I think he's done a very good job, and I think our guys. The good thing is, I think our upperclassmen have been great with him. When you have a player and he has that talent like that, like he has, it's good to have older players who are secure in who they are and can play off of them and happy for his successes. And that's how we've been. And I think we've had good leadership in that regard. And I think that's allowed him to continue to blossom because he's in a healthy environment for his growth.
Deep bench tonight, a lot of guys scored. What do you like about that?
I really like that. We're always talking about, here we wanted to play with depth here. We think that's a great, Florida's a great place to play that way. A system here has a lot of talent in that area. We can recruit talent, from other places as well. We thought we should always be able to have deep teams and play with our depth. And we've been able to do that this year so far. Knock on wood, we stay healthy, but that's a strength of ours. Just being able to, have different bodies come in, everyone playing, as hard as they can when they're in the game. I thought a good example tonight is, the one thing I did, I thought we kind of wore them down some. I had seen them play multiple times. I thought we kind of wore them down, just with the throwing more bodies in there. Guys are coming in, making plays and contributing. And, it's just tough when you have that type of a, unit that has that depth. When you're playing against teams that may be a little short-handed, I think you can see them get worn down. I thought toward the end of the first half, that's what happened. It was a 4-point game or so there, hanging in there, and then, bam, all of a sudden it's like a 20-4 run or 21-4 run, and all of a sudden you're blowing it open. I think that had to do with our depth.
You're going to the Bahamas, obviously, for a reason to play basketball, but is that a good trip when you got a new team to kind of, have a nice change of scenery? And
Well, for me, it's a business trip.
Yeah.
That's the one thing for us. We don't look at it as that. I think for our guys, of course, a different environment. But I look at it as it's our first time going on the road. Even though it's a neutral site, 9 new guys, first time they're going on a neutral site road game. And so there's some things that we're going to learn about our guys in those situations. So we're still learning our players, we're still learning rotations, still learning about each one of these as individuals. And so we're going to learn about how we approach the road. And so I'm anxious to see us out there. We're going to a new venue, new sight lines, new everything. And so we're gonna focus in on just trying to get prepared for. I think it's Oklahoma State's our first game, and start studying them the next few days and get ready.
CJ Kelly told us he doesn't like flying. What is a trip like this? What is a trip like this? I mean, regardless of the basketball, what is a
He
trip
may
like
have a
this?
short-lived career then.
What is it? Regardless of what happens on the basketball court, what does a trip like this do for, I guess, the camaraderie and the chemistry off the court as you learn about your players and then they learn about each other?
Well, you know what? Traveling has always been very good, for team building and team bonding. So that's the one thing. And I know in our program traditionally, that we've had success being able to go out on the road with our guys and really kind of that camaraderie. That whether we take them out to dinner or whether we do something with them as a group. It's something that I think has always been productive for our team. We're focused in on what we want to do, but a big part of it, because you're spending so much time together on the road, more time than you actually spend, when you're at home, because you're with each other all the time. So I think there's an opportunity for us to continue to grow together.
It looks like this team's having fun out there. You see that?
They are. They're a good group. They get along. And you don't know that when you're recruiting guys. And we thought we recruited, good guys, high character guys, things that we look for in recruiting. I think we checked off the boxes of the things that we look for. But you still never know till you get everybody and see how they blend together, how they mesh. Of all the teams I've coached, the one thing I'll say about this team is they've come together the quickest from the standpoint of their personalities. They generally, get along and they like each other. There's good conversations. And that the other teams didn't, except, this team seemed to have done that, a lot quicker because, like I said, half of those young men didn't come until the 3rd week of August. Most of those kids were not here. So for them to, kind of come in and kind of give up kind of a little bit of who each one of them are so that we can, get along better, they've been willing to do that. And they've been really selfless. And I think leadership is a big part of that. C.J. Walker, C.J. Kelly, I think Lahat. Their personalities are infectious like that, where they're able to kind of, talk to guys, bring guys along, and that's been good for us.
Coach, Darno Silla came off the bench with a 3 right away. We saw him working, getting rebounds. How important is it for guys to come off the bench with the same energy that he did today?
It's very important. He did a great job, and we always say it's not the amount of minutes you play, it's what you do with your minutes. And so what he showed was he was ready for his moment. Whether Poop was the same way. He ready to come in. So what do you do with your minutes? And how can you contribute? And it doesn't have to do with you scoring a basket. It could be anything. Make a play. Basketball, 95% of the things you do is without the daggone scoring a bucket. So I want to see what you can do to contribute to your team. And he did tonight. He made some plays for us, which was good. He was ready for his opportunities. And that's how, you want to develop him. He's a freshman. And we love him. We think he has a huge upside in our program. And so I like to see him come out and keep getting better.
What's the court attire in the Bahamas? Suits or a little more casual?
You know what? We haven't discussed that yet. That's something that we have to talk about. I'm sure that our guys will probably, it won't be suits. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear because as you can see now, my staff, they decided to go against what I'm wearing now. They're wearing, I'm the only one in the suit. But, we'll see. I probably won't be in a suit. Probably be a little more casual. I'm sure our coaches will be the same, probably try to dress the same and same type of shirt, same colors, for game days, typically something like that.
Appreciate it. Enjoy the Bahamas.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
DJ Kelly Palm on
Yeah.
the play.
Yeah, exactly. Now that I know that, I will. But I'm telling you, you may have a short career because you're a good basketball player. I think you better learn to embrace these flights.